we are going to start. The topic of today's lecture is current issues in the peace and conflict resolution, which means we are going to talk about the current. When we say current issues, there are many issues. Issues by hand. Okay, so then we are going to look into the issues in global era, global space, and then also in our Muslim world or in our locality. So, one introduction. So this is what I just mentioned now. At the end of this lecture, you should be able to analyze the current issues. So one or two. So it doesn't matter. You may analyze one, he may analyze another one. So since we have many issues, so not only all the conflicts result in war, and not all the misunderstanding can lead to confrontation. Okay, so that's why we say that there is macro or micro. So we mentioned earlier that also you can have conflict by yourself, self-conflict. So conflict of opinion. So at individual level, likewise at country level or worldwide. So we will talk about the current issues, the regional issues, and global issues. So what do we mean by that? One of the current issue in regional, in this region, where we have Southeast Asia. We are in Southeast Asia. One of the most pressing issues right now in this region is the issue of South China Sea. This South China Sea is one of the sea in this area. So the South China Sea is a source of contention due to the overlapping territorial claims from several countries. That is to say, there are several countries that are fighting for this area because each one of them have, that's why I say overlapping. So maybe sometimes ago, one of the countries is controlling that area. So then, along the line, another country controls it. So, because during that time, previously, nobody thinks that there is anything there. So, and then it's a very small piece area. So, that is why, so, those countries that are now fighting for it, the biggest one among them is China. So, it's the big brother. Okay? After China, we have what?
Taiwan.
Hong
Kong.
Vietnam. Philippines. Laos. Malaysia. Brunei.
Thailand.
Okay? And all these countries, China, Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan, they are all fighting for this area. So the dispute centers on island. This kind of these islands with and other features in the sea, as well as the water around them. So it's a kind of island. An island is a piece of land surrounded by water. That is the definition of island. An island is a piece of land surrounded by water. That piece of land, which is surrounded by water, so they are fighting for that island in particular, and the area, the water or the sea around it. So the South China Sea is the major trade route. That's another thing. Major trade route. That is a kind of place whereby the ship goes on and so whenever they're coming from this side, the one that's coming from India, we go through that one, go to China. The one that is coming from there to all this region, to Malaysia, to Laos, to Vietnam to Taiwan, and so on and so forth. Okay? So, so it is a major trade route and a rich source of fish. Okay? It can. So, very, not ordinary ikan, but very delicious and very nutritious fish. So, in that area, and then a potential source of oil. That is the major thing there. The fish and all that one is not really, it's part of it, but it's not really pressuring. But the oil and other mineral resources, okay? Then the oil and natural gas. As you know, here in Brunei, our major source of income is what? Oil and gas. So any other things that brings in money is just ordinary, just secondary. So the major one is oil and gas. And in this particular island, subhanallah, oil and gas is banyak. This is banyak. Yeah, so that's why everybody is looking for the place. So that sea is just like a beautiful lady. So a beautiful lady, everybody is looking at it. Oh, I can see bro. So everybody is looking for it. So that is this place. Now I show you this. Yes, this is the place. Okay. So this is disputed claims in the South China Sea. So yeah, Philippines, China, Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, Vietnam. So, and you can see this side. Look at this color. You can see here. Okay, let's analyze this. So this is area. So South China Sea covers more than 3 million square kilometer. 3 million. So the trade there is over 5 trillion. 5 trillion is shipborne trade. So passes through this passage. And then, so that is annually. That is yearly. The income that's generated from that island is more than 5 trillion. So not million, trillion. Likewise, oil and gas are major exported. Okay, major exported deposits and believed to lie under this sea. So which is short. So which means it is believed, yes, that this area very. So now we move on. You see all these countries that we said that they are fighting for it. You can see this side. This is Vietnam. So in the global globe, or let's say in the world map, this is the world map. All that area is this square. You can see this square, right? This square now is now enlarged here, and you can see this side is Vietnam. Okay, so which means this one, that side is the big brother, China. So we have here Philippines. Okay, so you can see here Brunei, and then you can see Malaysia and Brunei. Down from here, down here, so up here is Malaysia, whereby we have Sabah, Sarawak, right? Then Brunei. Okay, this is Brunei, not this side. This side. So because it's long, so they just write this here. But actually it's this one. Okay, something like W. Right? Yes. So then when you look at this, you can see that each one of these look at this color and look at the name of the country. So which means China is claiming all this big one, the red one. Are we communicating, bro?
Yes.
So then you can see Philippines. So this is Philippines. Philippines claiming this side. Okay? So you can see that the one that Filipinos are claiming is inside what China is claiming. So China is claiming everything. Okay? So now you can see Malaysia. Malaysia is claiming this one. Yeah, this side.
Is it India or outside?
Okay? Then you can see Brunei. Brunei is not so ambitious. So just claiming the one that is, okay, just hold this side. You can see this, what is the name of this color? Okay, so the brownish area. So you can see from the W also. W, so. Okay. Then, what else? The Vietnam. Vietnam is claiming this. So those are the islands. This is the islands. So most of these islands are under this now Philippines. Okay. So and then we have here another parcel of island. So all in all, this is all what they are fighting for. And you can see each one of them under which one. So they said that now, since 2012, all this side now is still being controlled under Chinese control. Because I think after that, America has already tried to go there with the warship or blah blah blah, but you know, they don't want to have a kind of head dog because both of them are superpower. So in terms of economic, they are superpower. In terms of military mighty, so which means military power, both of them also are mighty. So yes, and both of them also are in the Security Council. So we have only 5. Are they 5 or 6? How many? In the Military Council. So they are Britain, France,
US,
Britain, France, China, Russia, and
Iran,
USA. Okay? And USA. Those are what they call superpower. Okay? They are what they have the veto power. Okay? And then they are the permanent in what they call Security Council in UN. Okay? Anyway, you are going to okay. So do you understand this one now? So what is the importance of this area you have already mentioned? Because it is a major trade route which gives more than 5 trillion annually, and also there are a lot of oil and gas concentrated in that particular area. So we look into another map as well to see. You can see many countries that have access to this water. Okay, so this is China that we mentioned last time, right? But Laos and Thailand, the Thailand only this side, but Thailand has been blocked from this side by what? By Vietnam,
Indochina.
But it has access down here. So likewise, Cambodia has been blocked as well from this side. Okay, so then here is Malaysia. Malaysia has all this one, but Malaysia from this side, then from this side. That is why the first map. That is why the first map goes this side. You get it? Because Malaysia has 2. Yes, the main island, which is Kuala Lumpur, blah 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 blah. Okay, Kuala Lumpur, Terengganu, Kedah,
Kelantan.
So then the other side is this side. So which is of Malaysia. So which means between this. So there's something also called international water there. Yes. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's another country we do not mention.
Indonesia.
Yes. Because you still also have the access to that one. Okay? So it is more to this side than that side. Because Indonesia is like this. So it has many islands all over. Okay? So, and then Sulu Sea. So Sulu belongs to Philippines. Okay? So this is Philippines. And then that is Taiwan. Okay? So this is Pacific Island and this Spratly Islands. So there are many. Yes.
What part of Malaysia is that part? On the
This one?
Yeah.
This one alone.
And then how about the
Semenanjung.
This one is Sabah or Sarawak.
Yeah. Peninsular.
Okay. Yeah. So this one is Kuala Lumpur, Johor, Kedah. Kedah is this side.
Yes.
Because from the Kedah you can just go to Thailand. So I already crossed from there down here. So when I was in Kedah, actually there is a market. So that market belongs to Thailand. So things are more cheaper there. So we just cross. So just a road from here. So and then there's another state here, Perak.
Perak, yes.
Perak is here, very small one. So but most of the, if you are in Perak, so your mobile will capture the network of what do you call it? Thailand network. Then we say, welcome to Thailand. Yes. Okay. So yeah. You see, this is the state of Malacca. So Malacca is another state inside this side from Malaysia. Okay. That's a very good question. Another question? Okay, let's go. Well, we will come to question and answer later. Then we continue. Still on this side, because very, very important. Again, we have already mentioned what is the real cause of the conflict. Because there must be reason for conflict. So suppose that area there's nothing there, nobody will care. After all, it's very small, and then if it is insignificant, so nobody will care for that. But very small but mighty. They say small but mighty. Yes. So now you can see again. So countries with claims to in the South China Sea. All these farms are from different sources. Okay? So then you can see this one have the what they call this cardinal point, west, east, north, and south. So and then this is the center of that area. Okay? So Philippines, Brunei, Brunei is pronounced well here. Okay, this one has so what is all this one? So Malaysia, Vietnam. I will not talk too much here because it's the same thing that I already mentioned. Are we communicating?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. You can see this. This is the area also. Area claimed. The pink one. The pink. Is that pink?
Yes.
Okay. So the pink one. The pink is for what color? Which gender normally use pink? Huh? Girls. That's why I said it's a beautiful girl, beautiful lady. Okay? So this is area that they are all claiming. the real one that they are claiming. So this side is not really, so that's why the Indonesia is not really pronounced in the conflict initially. But it has all the side for Indonesia. So all these are islands. Okay? Are we communicating?
Yes.
So this is one of the we can call this one regional. Okay? So in this area, in our region, if you go to another region, it's another. We're going to talk about another one now. So which is to them there is regional, but to us here it's global or international conflict. So as we said, the what do you call it? The reason for conflict may differ from one conflict to another. It may not be the same, but as we mentioned earlier, conflict is inevitable. So there's no way that we are not. So the only thing is that how are we going to manage the conflict? What are we going to do to manage it so that it will not be too escalated? It will not be out of control. So that is what we mentioned in 2 lectures earlier, whereby we mentioned that mechanism that Islam puts into the place in order to settle the conflict. Which one of them is sulhu, and another one is tahkim. So which means we have like mediation, we have like arbitration, and we have like and others. So which Islam put into place in order to settle the problem. So this one also we have is something that also they have unconventional. So there is arbitration, there is whenever, which means it is not going to the court, but there is kind of a settlement between the two conflictual parties. Okay? So now we have known the reason, then we know what area and who are the conflictual parties. Okay? So now we move to another one, so which is global issue. So one of the very precious global issue nowadays is what? Palestinian-Israeli conflicts. Palestinian-Israeli conflicts. Okay, this Palestinian-Israeli conflict is yes, is very important nowadays. I mean, when we say current, so we are talking about right now. So the what do you call it? The slide reads that key aspects of the conflict include the Israel occupation, okay, of the West Bank and Gaza Strip. I will show you the map of this area as well. Okay, so it says it's something about West Bank, okay, bank,
Yeah.
and Gaza Strip. So the status of Jerusalem. So what is the status of Jerusalem? Does it belong to Jews, or belongs to Muslims, or belongs to Christians? Yes, because these 3 Abrahamic religions are in this place. Because Jerusalem is where Jesus Christ was born.
Yes.
Okay? In my country, the Christians used to sing one thing. They said, "Àti bí Jésù fún wa nílùú Bethlehem, àti tìrìràwọ̀ rẹ̀ lókè wípé òun ni ó jọba ayérayé." But Cynthia. So this called Bethlehem. So Bethlehem means in Arabic is Beit Laham. Beit Laham. Okay, so Bethlehem. So Bethlehem is the real place where Jesus was born. So which is in this place. Then where the status of Jerusalem is equal to who owns it. Then Israel's settlements. Then where are the borders? Where are the borders? It is here or there because one of the major causes of conflicts in the world is also border. Yes. So this is right. You can see last time Cambodia, even recently, Cambodia and Thailand.
Yeah.
So they are also fighting for border. That's another regional issue for us here. So just few months, Anwar Ibrahim, the president of, the prime minister of Malaysia. So it was the one that's now go there in order to settle the conflict as the leader of this region. So and then other leaders like our Sultan and other leaders also come together in order to settle this problem. So that is about the border. Then the security. Then water rights. Who has the right to the water? So is it Palestinians or Israelites? Who? So and then because water is the source of life. So you cannot do without water. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran that everything is created from the water. وَجَعَلْنَا كُلِّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ. Everything comes from water. Okay? So this one, you cannot even mention how many kilos of water you've already you drink, you take your bath, shower, you did your ablution for those who pray. So bro, am I communicating?
Yes.
Okay. So now we move on. The Palestinian freedom movement and the Palestinian right to return. So this right to return is about in I think 40s, 50s. I mean those Palestinians that already shall I use the word migrated, because it's not that they really migrate. It's just because I don't want to use the word that will be very controversial. Okay? So, but main important thing is that those who go out, they want to come back. So, do they allow to come back? Why are not allowed to come back? So, just, this is your home. Then maybe you have one problem or the other, so you just leave for a while. So, then you say, no, you cannot come back. Because there is no more place for you. Oh, where's my place? Where's my home? Where's my land? Then, bass goes. Okay? So, the Jewish population has been attacked. This is another one. The Jewish population has been attacked during the Arab revolt. You will see this one, when they use this, you will know where this word comes from. So from the statements you can detect, you can smell, so where it comes from. Okay? So but since we are learning, so we will not be biased. We will look into it as how it is. And we think, because we want you to ponder, we want you to think your head. So that's why we mentioned at the end of the day, we want you to analyze, to see, and then, okay? Because you are future leader. Okay? So whether male or female. Okay? Yes. Leading to the idea that the two populations will not be reconciled. That is, they cannot come together. They cannot settle the problem among themselves. Okay? The commission concluded that the bandits become unworkable. So the United Nations, they only gave them to a solution of having what they call two-state solution. Two-state solution means, since it is the same place that they are all fighting for, okay, both of you belong to it. Maybe this side for this side and this side. You can see, last time also when we were talking about during our journey on the peace, we mentioned that in Europe, it's just only, some of Europe, it's just only a line that demarcates the border. So when you are, just look at these two slabs. Here is a country. So when I just look at this, I'm now in another country. Okay? So that is what they are trying to say, that this state, so let's have, so this solution has been given many years, but still not yet accepted, especially from the Jews. Okay? Because they want to take it for themselves only. So the commission concluded bandits are very finished as one. Partition into Arab states linked to and a small state and banditry. So then there will be a free zone that all of them are free to that side. So which means it is going to be divided. So this side for Palestine, this side for and then there will be a free zone whereby anybody, so that's why they can call it international place. So belongs to all and belongs to none. Belongs to all and belongs to none. That is none, nobody can claim it automatically belongs to itself. And it belongs to all. Everybody has access to it. Are we communicating this?
Yes.
Bro?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this area that we call, this parcel of land that we call Palestine. You can see this. This is what they call the Nakba. Nakba is one of the, so what they call Nakba, so they said that every year, May 15, Palestinians around the old world, they celebrate or they try to mark what they call Nakba, because it happened on May 15. So, and you can see, so that's May 15, 1948. So this 1948, so that's around 1940s, it is when we have the what do you call it? India, where it breaks, and then we have Pakistan. So, but let's leave that up for this one now. So, before what they call World War, okay? Before World War, we have two World Wars. World War I and World War II. World War I was when?
1970.
Yeah? Check. So what? So when was World War I and World War II?
28 July 1914.
1914 is what? World War I. 1914 to?
1918. 4 years.
This is of
11 November 1918.
okay. First World War. What? 1914 to 1918. Okay. And Second World War. 1939 to 1945. So that is was very important date in the world. So you can see that this one is between 1940 and 1919. So if you look that's why I asked for that one. You will see that this one, let's say before the end of before the end of World War, this is the map. And you can see that all these greens are the green is for Palestine. Why only this blue is for? Because it is not after that, they are now moving from Europe and that coming there. They came, when they came, they just like buying land. And from there, they started, so this is World War I, and World War II when 1934 and 1945. Then you can see this one that after Second World War, because Second World War, actually it was Second World War that pumped them out of Europe.
German.
The Holocaust, from Germany, from all over there, they come from all over the world and then want to settle there. So when they settle there, you can still see that, and then it was there that then the First War and all this one was taken during the war. So now here all this one belongs to Jews. You can see how it changed between some 30 something years and everything overturned. Okay, so from here you can see pre-British mandate Palestine. Because during that time, what gave them more power is that they are under British rule. So it gives them easy access to the land. You get what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, so and then yes, this what we send that back 750,000 Palestine expelled. So which means more than like twice our population during that time. Like twice of our population. Wow. Kicked out. And so that is why. So when all these almost 750 were kicked out from here, so you can see now they have access to the. So that's why they don't want them to come back, because all the land has been taken. If they come back, they will claim their rights. Are you not going to claim your right? Yes, you are. So that is in 1948. So later on, some years later, you can see that Israel, the area which is now belongs to Palestine, which is just only this side. This is West Bank, this is so which is only this side. Now it's now being occupied. Only small portion that belongs to them now being occupied again. So being controlled. And even they have some portion that they will just go inside, they look at you, oh, your house is very beautiful. Go out. I want to stay there. It's my house now. You go. Where shall I go? I build my house. You go or I kill you. Then when the baby are crying, you can see some pictures and some videos. So this thing is not something, it's there on the internet. So just only some people close their eyes and see if they didn't see it. They saw it. Okay? Then Israel occupies Gaza and so this is Gaza and West Bank. Now, since 1945, this inside, now they even enter. Let's see. It is not greenery again. It has been mixed. So you can even see that this small area now, since 1995, it is even being occupied more than the Palestine. So when you look into the now, so it's like no more. So if this one can be 1995, you see, since 1995, see how many, they are trying to do something just like 2-3 weeks ago. So I think less than a month. So they have a meeting in Cairo together with Trump and others, so to cease fire. So, some days ago, the Israel, so in order to exchange the prisoner of war. So after the Israel have already received all their hostages, now they open the fire again. And many were also killed. Yes. This one is just less than a week now. Less than a week. It's some days.
Still.
Yeah. Okay? So, this is the Oslo Accords, area A, B, and C. The Israel military occupation of Palestine remains at the core of this decade-long conflict. So this is the main reason. Okay? Israel military occupation. And then not only that it's when it is military, it has to be military to military. But in their own case, they target all the civilians. And the civilians and the women have been, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, one of the things that we learn in Islam is that when you are fighting or during the war, there are something which the international relation is now claiming. We have it in Islam long time ago, whereby when there is war, you should not destroy the trees. You should not kill the old people. You should not kill the young people. You should not destroy the place of worship. And so on. This will happen in Islam. We have got a long time. So, but in their own case, it's opposite. It is even their target now is the young one, because they have in their mentality that those young are now are going to grow and they will have power to claim. So kill them young. Don't let them don't let them grow. Okay? So this is what we have. And it's very, very alarming. So the same thing here, you can see. So private owned Arab and privately owned Jewish. So you can see the green one, the red one, and then that was in ownership, according to land ownership in 1947. You can see that white, so public and state-owned land. So that is why it is easier for them to give all this side to, because when they said that you can see public state-owned land. So who is controlling is the British. So they give it to them. That's why I said that they have the free access. Though it's a Palestine, but in my culture they said that okay, let's leave that one. I don't want you to laugh again. Okay, so let's move to the other one. In 1947, UN petition, that is UN tried to make the United Nations, they come to the solution that is to make peace, seeking for the peace. So the partition accepted by Jewish leadership, rejected by Arab leadership, never implemented. This is what you can see. As I mentioned, I told you that. So they said that this one, Jerusalem. So this is Jerusalem, and then why this one or this one? Oh, this one. So this one is. You can see the source where it comes from. As I mentioned earlier.